What's going on, guys? Back with another episode of the Smooth Way Podcast. I'm your host, Destin Parker, and always we have the co-host, Kendall Allen. What's good with you, Kendall?
It's been a long day in Duval County, but we got that first round pick in Urban Meyer. We're coming all the way back. I don't know where we've been, but I promise you we are gonna start to win. Urban Meyer bring titles. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, we in here, baby. Man, it's a good day in Duval, baby. We got the first pick of the draft. We got Urban. We give a heart attack every now and then. Meyer in the house. Let's get to work, y'all.
Yeah, so Duval got something to rejoice about. They get Urban Meyer as their coach, and possibly gonna be bringing sunshine to the Sunshine State. So,
Sunshine.
so good. It's a good thing to rejoice, man.
I feel good, man. I tell you, I feel real good.
Let's hope that your leadership up top has let Urban kind of do like the lead off, because it starts from the top and trickles its way down. But we won't go into that.
Man,
That's not what we.
Hey, man. Nah, man. But hey, listen. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry, y'all.
Yeah, we'll as that keeps come to the forefront, we'll talk about that more.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a couple topics today. Of course, we're gonna talk about Kevonstage and Lecrae. But before we get into those, we want to discuss the national championship game in Alabama versus OSU.
Is there a discussion though? Can I just let everybody know, especially Dustin, Russell Gwynn, just let him know too. SEC, SEC,
Now,
SEC.
like I text you the other time. Now, y'all, are you really just piggybacking off one team?
Bro, we won last year too. What are you talking about? Am I piggybacking?
But
Come on.
if we take out all the mass majority of what Alabama's won, it's not really SEC.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
one
LSU
team-
got.
It's one team.
Well,
and they
LSU got
cousins.
two.
Okay.
We got two. Auburn has their
But
Phantom
look
one.
who has to span?
I mean,
One group spanning is really Alabama, dude. It's really Alabama, and y'all kind of getting like a couple in there. 'Cause
listen, man,
okay,
listen.
if we take Alabama's national championships away, it would just be y'all just be regular.
yeah, but no, we'll still be dominating everybody else though.
Okay,
Who else got more than one?
Well, once again, though,
I'm-
when you say SEC, you talk about the whole conference.
Whoa,
Kentucky's
bro.
trash. Ole Miss is boo boo. Vanderbilt's
Kentucky,
trash.
whoa,
And then
whoa,
we just
listen.
okay.
time
Then
out.
we watch your Gators get they teeth clapped by Oklahoma.
Listen, because everybody wanted to go to the NFL,
No,
man.
don't
we
do
can't.
that.
We
Don't
can't
do-
help that our
don't do-
players
no,
was
okay.
like, you know what? The last game of the
Here's the
season,
thing,
we
here's the
want
thing.
to.
If y'all would have won,
here we
if y'all would have
go.
won that game,
Oh.
y'all would have won that game. Y'all would have been like, everybody that we had that's good was going to. They opted out, and y'all still lost.
my
That's
gosh.
SEC talent.
Listen.
It's no winning or losing with y'all.
In the SEC, if we ain't playing in the playoffs, we don't play anything else. We
No, if
don't care about
Bama's
these
not
little
playing
bowl
in the- if
games, dog. These
Bama's
bowl
not-
games don't.
If
Oh
Bama's
my
not playing in the bowl game, stop piggybacking, dog.
We just LSU just won.
But once again,
They
that was
just
off a
won.
great. That was the most one of the historical
Oh
seasons.
my gosh.
Before that,
That's what we do.
No,
that's
no,
what.
no,
That's
that-
what
don't say
all our.
we. See, don't do that. We.
That's
don't.
what all our teams do.
Because then when they go like, "Hey, what happened to this team?" Like, "Oh, they just that team." Everybody's just that team when they lose to somebody else. But then they SEC when y'all winning. See, y'all be fake, dog. Y'all really be fake, bro.
Somebody pull up the stats. How many titles has the SEC won since 2000 compared to all these other leagues?
Oh, and majority of them are Bama. I'm trying to, and I know that for sure.
If we can even pull Bama out, we can pull Bama out because I think the big.
Y'all just a regular winning conference.
Bro, how many? Texas won what? We were still in almost diapers with Texas last one they title. Come on, man.
Was not in diapers.
And that's the. Hey, listen. I'm just saying. So
See,
I
once
mean,
again,
and then
Dude, that's your problem.
did you give Ohio State, Miami? I mean, y'all just get. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Hate
god.
us.
But
Hate us.
Besides that fact, though, over the game, though, all in all, the scheme for Ohio State, they didn't have depth. I mean, there's no excuse for them playing for linebackers to cover receivers.
Bro,
I mean, they had what they had, and it's not really like
But Ohio State is like a factory, though.
They're a factory, but they don't.
They're touted as like everybody says they're DBU too, and obviously they don't got enough DBs because they could have stopped Alabama.
Yeah, I mean they don't have depth. They don't have depth in the secondary. They're strong. Once Alabama showed up there blocking when the defensive line was getting to Mac Jones, that was their only hope, and that was what they showed. They showed in the Clemson game. The defensive line was their crowning jewel. They don't have secondary. They've had drafted DBs over the last 3 years, but they didn't have any depth this year.
Let's just be real. Nobody but Clemson can compete with the superior league. That's what it all boils down to. For all y'all who ain't SEC people, all y'all got is Clemson.
The problem with
that's all y'all got.
The problem with that statement is, as you being a Gator fan and watching them spin out, bro, like you can't.
Oh, this man said spin. Oh my gosh.
Did y'all okay? Cause this ain't the guy who texted me and go like Kyle Trask is trash. Like ain't no you. This ain't the same guy.
Well, time out though. I've been saying that all year though. I've been consistent the whole year about that.
But you can't.
I mean, if we had somebody other than Kyle Trask, we would have been good. Emory Jones is trash too. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was drinking about him too.
A couple years ago, you liked him.
I saw some playtime, bro. hey, I saw the film, bro. You see the film, hey, man. You know, I'm all for it. You know,
we'll do this for another discussion. We can't, because people really don't care for us to talk about sports. If we really give, all we talk about is our two teams. But
hey, people like the sports talk. You talking about we just ain't here for that. But you know, I'm just saying.
The question was: is Bama just better than everyone else? It depends on what schematically. It's normally they are talented, and a lot of people have the same talent. But if you're not, if you don't coach well, as you can see, like a Dabo or something like that, and like really, Kendall, like I know that you don't sit there and analytically look at them, but like if they've been beaten before. I mean, because I know for you, you're gonna go biasly, and you're not gonna really give me the realization of what I'm.
I just told you, if it's not Clemson, we don't lose. They don't lose.
Saying we. You're not an Alabama fan.
I'm not. They can kick rocks. I hate Nick Saban, but hey,
you're not an Alabama fan because I mean they're beatable, but it normally it depends on you have to have a really good coach or something like that. And a great scheme, and you need to have the players that are not afraid of the allure that is Alabama. They are really good. They are really good, and the factory which Saban has created. But let's be real. Ain't none of them some of them defenses that they had in the earlier days ain't the same defense. They had some players, but they ain't the same defense. You gotta admit that.
But what the question said? I mean. Yeah, that's the question. You just kind of
they're not.
You pull like a
yeah. Are they better than everyone?
You did a politician question.
I don't think they're better than everyone else because, like you said, if Clemson can beat you, and then a couple years ago Ohio State beat you, like no, they're not just better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, it just took some overly talented teams who've been getting their butt whooped.
It took. All it takes is a trigger man. You need a trigger man. If everyone else had a trigger man, and Justin Fields wasn't completely healthy. He wasn't completely healthy anyway.
To answer the question, Alabama is a superior team to everybody, and until somebody can knock them off consistently. Like the Gators will be doing here soon once we get a nice quarterback.
Stop with your BS, dude. I promise you, you need to stop with that. You don't stop with that BS.
Hey, listen, I'm even here with Alabama colors on, dog. Let's go. That's
the fakest fan I've ever seen in my life.
Fakest? I'm just real, man. You talking about fake, man. Listen, I'm just 7 out of 13. That's like, you can't.
Trigger man do y'all got coming in that's gonna help y'all? Because y'all need a trigger man. Y'all can find defensive player, but what trigger man are you gonna find that's gonna help y'all beat Alabama? That's what you need. You cannot beat.
Well, I haven't done my research on that, so when we get to the college preview episode, I'm gonna break it down to how the Gators will win another national championship.
No, they won't. Anywho, let's get on to the real topic.
Better than Texas. Y'all hired the old drunk coach, so hey.
It's still gonna be better than y'all because he's a better offensive coordinator. He's a better offensive coordinator than freaking Mullins. Sarkey's a better. Sark is a better offensive coordinator than Dan Mullins.
I'm not gonna argue there. Please proceed. Please proceed, Governor. Please proceed. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'm getting 8.
But,
Man down.
So on Christmas of 2020, a app dropped by the comedian Kevonstage, Kevonstage Studios app, where he created his own app to put mostly black content on there. Cause as I don't know if a lot of people don't know that's outside of our color, we have trouble in Hollywood kind of getting onto the main screen unless we're not doing those atypical roles, gang members and stuff like that, drug dealers, and yada yada. So instead of getting told no all the time, Kev decided, him and his friend decided, let's go in and invest in the app, let's invest in the soundstage, let's start creating our own content, make our own app, and kind of charge our own, kind of charge what we need to charge to kind of get creators out there. Also, with an addition, leading up to that, during the pandemic, we couldn't really enjoy any type of really outdoor forms of entertainment like comedy shows and stuff like that. Kev also created the social distance, to keep your distance comedy show, where he would have keep your distance, where he would have a few live members, mostly be like his friends and family. They would come be live and whatnot, and he would stream the comedy shows or specials live for like certain ticket prices, and it's done really well. He's had a lot of good named comedians on there, stuff like that. On this next one, he got Arnaz, which I don't know who. Normally, the black people know who Arnaz is, but I gotta see that one. Kind of like Arnaz. Kendall, I'm open the floor with you. With you seeing this type of curation of this content from a black man during a pandemic, during a time where you don't think something like a business model like this could be created, what is your first impressions of this?
Oh man, well, so April's she's like, I don't know how she got on Kevonstage. I think I showed her one podcast, not a podcast episode, but she started following Facebook, and girl follow everything he do. That's like her comedian. That's her comedian of choice. So she actually bought the app for us, and yeah, man, it's great to be honest with you. Like, cause I love comedy. I'm a big Dave Chappelle fan. I like Bill Barr too. He's pretty good, but yes, I think this is like maybe a new, because I don't know if there's any other than Netflix having Netflix comedy specials or anything like that. I don't think there's like an app with just comics just doing just funny stuff, and they do some funny stuff though. Like, I watched the little basketball one, and it was like, kids, hey, kids, no, you don't need to tell nobody what to do. I'm the coach. I'm the coach with his tight behind pants. But yeah, man, I think it's great, man, just to be able to have a place where they can still continue to be funny and just work on their comedic jokes during a pandemic where you can't really get out. I mean, they could be sitting around being rusty, but Kev came up with the keep the distance thing to where they can go out. Everybody's in a socially distanced fashion. Everybody got masks on, and everybody just having a good time. I mean, big ups, man. I like to create. I like how Kev is pushing the envelope. Definitely.
My thoughts on it is really it's really inspiring as one. It's really one of those things like being your own boss. It comes with its. Let's say that it's not easy being your own boss. Let's not make it seem like what Kev is doing is not easy. He's paying a lot of money out of pocket to get, because he gets every comedian, every person at the Keep Your Distance special. He get them all tested, COVID tested, and those ain't cheap. You got to pay all this production costs for the camera crews and stuff like that, and that's not cheap. So of course, like they say, it pays the cost to be the boss. That comes with that title. But my God, does this not make you want to work hard to kind of get off your tail and kind of just not let that there's a pandemic, so that's an obstacle. Not let that you're working a regular day job and you don't feel appreciative. You feel like you deserve more. You're worth more than what the job you were. It definitely makes you need to sit. Make you want to feel like you need to just sit down and just really start doing some stuff on your own, something like that. Because this app is ridiculous. Like, I love, like you said, the comedian challenges. I love those. I like the stand-up special. The I think it's Marcus D. Wiley's. That stand-up special was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, and so it's just something just kind of like, because I said, man, I got to support man, because I watch all their content. I love his wife, Miss Kevonstage, you know, the Love Hour and stuff like that. So, you know, you get all their stuff. And then to hear Tony, Angel, and all of them, it's just
to hear, that's my dog.
Yeah,
hey.
To hear is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I think it just shows you that you can have your friends and y'all can all come together and create something special.
Yeah. I also think about it too, though, is you have to be patient. Like you can't just be like. How long have they been? Kevin's been doing this for a while now, right?
So
like,
he's been doing. Of course, he's been doing stand up for a while. They've been in the content creation for a long time because you know they're all on All Deaf, which was it was owned by I think Russell Simmons, and then they shut that down. They came back. I think T.I. and some up here brought it back. So now they're back again. You know, all their crew, the original crew, so like that. So you know, they was always doing creation, but like this right here, you know, doing the podcasting he had, and then this is like that next step, and like the ascension of Kev has been like on a crazy skyrocket, man. If you just watch his like even like his Instagram, so you just see where he's gone, so like that. Dude is getting it.
He is, but that too is just like not rushing it, just honing your craft.
Yes.
Enjoying the journey, because a lot of people like to, just get there. Like they want to be like, bam, I'm here. I don't want to do the work it takes. I don't want to have the hard nights. I don't want to have the audio problems. I don't want to be there when there ain't nobody there to see me laugh. I don't want to be there when people ain't laughing at my jokes. You know, there's a lot to go through to become what he's become. Just like professional athletes, you don't see what they do in the meantime or their struggles and just assess to make it there. So something I always do is because too, I like to, when I play video games, I like to appreciate the grind because it's all a grind. So just like appreciate where you are as you're steadily making the climb. And don't rush it, man, because when you rush things, that's where you run into problems. But if you just gradually just let it take the ride, if you're patient enough, then hey, sky's the limit.
Yeah, man, and also too, you know, with him not having to go to Hollywood, you can stay true to yourself. You know, you don't have to go to Hollywood or like these other, you know, go to somebody else, and you know they might like you, but they might want you to just kind of adjust yourself just a little bit, just kind of fit their mold. And Kev's whole reason is like, man, I don't want to have to fit y'all mold. I want you to just create content with my friends, you know, and enjoy it and give it to people to bring kind of that happiness. So he stayed true to himself and all that, you know, and so. It definitely has been, like an eye opener. So with that, Kendall, what has been your favorite skit on the app? Or what has been your favorite content that you have consumed on Kevonstage?
Oh man, I love when they do like the little video, like they do like the little challenges every now and then. I will say we watched. Yeah, I think the one that got me the most though, they did how they try to make you laugh, little contest.
Oh,
and they just be telling jokes.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Who smiled first?
Yeah, something like that. When Tony was a big, and Tahir was out there with his shirt off, just like Zay D'Angelo. And he'd be like, oh, whoa. And then he come back, but I'm like, hey, I don't know. I'll just be like cracking up, and they just be like,
stone face.
Yeah, like that. So yeah, I mean, everything's good, but when they do little things or little competitions, that's my favorite thing. What's your favorite thing to watch on there?
I think one of my favorite ones, the wording is hard. Tahir's game. I think.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah, the wording is hard. Yeah. You know, just something that they built a game off something that he struggles with, and that is he messes up words a lot. Tahir's big thing is when he's on any podcast you might hear him on, he fumbles the bag on words all the time, and they catch him. So his wife came up with a game. Once you make up a game where you have to try to pronounce some very hard words, and which these words are really hard. It was one word that was
there are some really hard words.
Man, I was like, who? No one's pronouncing these. You know, you got a lot of. Do you realize how many silent letters are in words? You're like, why even have silent letters?
Yeah, why even have these words? Like, can't we just use some normal words? I'm like, dang, who y'all talking to?
They mean a word that we already say. Like, what's the point of a word that we already say? That's definitely one of my favorite ones because it's like, man, I wish I could think about something like a game that something that I do that I could capitalize on because that's just
Yeah.
genius in its own right. And he's they be hustling, man. They with the content,
Mm-hmm.
because with this pandemic, they can't go out on tour. So that's where a
Mm-mm.
lot of comedians make a lot of their money is touring. So you can't tour.
Yeah.
So I gotta find another stream of income. And man, they jumped on it with podcasting, games, this app, and keep your distance and stuff like that. So man, it just makes me think like, man, I might be where I'm at right now, but just keep on my grind, and I'll be somewhere else in a later time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last question. Is this the way this is set up with the pandemic and we're not knowing where this ends as far as pandemic go? Do you think this is the future of how comedy goes?
I think so because I don't think there's a lot of things like this. Like I said, Netflix has their specials, HBO do their like specials, or you have your show. But just like having something where you can just be silly and just be creative yourself, I really think a lot of people is going to think about it and do it themselves. I mean, Joe Rogan, and I guess too, it depends what you want to do because Joe Rogan has his podcast and he's originally a comedian that he used the
Yeah.
UFC. So I think so. I mean, especially if it's depending on how this gets under control. I mean, and then if you want to be able to continually put yourself out there, and you don't have to wait till somebody to come to your city to go watch them be funny. You can just watch them on the app when they do something different. I really think so. I mean, just be real. Digital things are pretty much the future.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
sooner or later, there won't be brick and mortar places to go. Like even all the old like ritzy stuff in Jacksonville has been like, I mean, if you can't get enough people to come there, you can't pay the rent. The city go up on the rent, you end up losing out on your building, and then you have no space anymore. So I think being able to go digital might be the next step. Even like his keep his distance thing, where they just kind of randomly locate somewhere. They rent a space and then they do their thing. I mean, I can see that in the future being something to do too. I mean, outside venues like Dave Chappelle did one where he did his
Yeah.
unforgettable one. It was an outdoor venue, so I mean now, like the pandemic has pushed people who are creative people to continue to think outside the box on how to reach their followers, how to reach their audience, and I just think this is one of the things too.
Yeah. I think now something like comedy and like doing stand up, they probably have to do something like you said, Dave Chappelle. I don't know if you heard of Burt Kreischer. He did like a tour at he did like outdoor drive-in movie theaters where you drive
Mm-hmm.
up, and so people, how you drive up in the drive-in movie theater, and they're like people
Yeah.
are able to kind of almost like in a tailgate fashion. You're outside,
Hmm.
and then they had like a big old jumbo screen that kind of so if you're in the back, you can see him like you would be. He
Yeah.
was at a big arena. Like when I went to see Kevin Hart, we're not down low where we can see him physically, but they had the big old
Mm-hmm. Right.
screen, and then I can see him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it's outdoor, so they might go away from like you said the indoor building style of
Mm-hmm.
having like stand like comedy areas something like that. But comedians will even tell you like they do need the people aspect of it all. Like Kev might have
Yeah.
that, but not every comedian has that to go to.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
they do
Yeah.
need because you need that instant reaction when you tell a joke. You need the face. You need to be able to do crowd work and all that stuff when you do comedy. So with comedy,
Mm-hmm.
yes, they will have to figure out a way, like you said, think outside the box, like the Dave Chappelle and stuff like that, where people can all feel safe and still enjoy and have a good time. Um, I just think, man, we got a lot on the horizon with everything, with the pandemic. As we come into this, really, really get into the full swing of this year, into like the spring and into the fall, we're gonna see how the pandemic loosens up, or we're gonna treat it like is the pandemic gonna fall into that category of every year we have flu season, we have COVID season, or something like that, or is it just gonna be something that we just not gonna be able to adjust to, something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Stay
go ahead.
tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Moving on. So, Kendall, the other day I sent you a screenshot of something I saw on Facebook and something I correlated to, and it was about our boy Lecrae. He performed
Hey.
recently at at a Georgia Senators was like a rally for them to come vote, right? For them.
Yeah, it was one of their rallies to
And so remind me of the
push their
guy's name. Remind
voters.
me of the senator's name that he won.
Raphael, Warnock, and something Ossoff, something like that. I don't know,
Which
man.
he has some type of lineage where I think his father was like used to march with Martin Luther King. I think that's correct for what I heard.
Yeah, he did it for both of them. So the one guy's the black guy, the other guy's the Jewish guy. So he was there for both of them. So
Gotcha. And so when I came across it the first time seeing him perform, I saw it with the tag post. Lecrae performs for a pro-abortion rally. Yeah, pro-abortion rally. And I was like, huh. And I'm hearing the song like, it's that take the shackles off my feet. So
hey,
that, he used that
yeah,
sample, but
yeah,
he's using it. I'm like, that song don't go together with no pro-abortion. So I'm like, okay, I see this video, I saw the headline. Let me go tag this up on the internet. So I typed in Lecrae abortion rally or whatever, and it shows like Lecrae's performing at at pretty much it was a voting rally, not a pro-abortion rally. So
yeah.
And then, like I said, I've seen all on social media, people kind of like, Lecrae's been on like the burner these last few weeks from people like, dude, crazy. So, what have you seen?
Man, Lecrae is like the number one. Hey, they talk about cancel culture. They were trying to cancel Lecrae for the longest.
It is like why?
Well, I think it's kind of like that shut up and dribble thing. It's like
everyone just make music.
I feel like everybody wants Lecrae just to shut up and make Christian music, and because at first he started his Christian music was ranging from Christian to more like secular-ish, and people got upset with that, and you can't have any views on what's going on with the Black Lives Matter stuff because you're just supposed to make us Christian music and stuff. But I think at the end of the day, people got to remember that Lecrae's a person. Like, I don't know if a mistake for him performing at somebody's rally who I think both of the senators happen to be pro-choice. I guess, most people pro-choice just equates to killing babies, but some people don't take in the fact that, that also means not killing unarmed black people in the streets. Or taking care of the less fortunate kids who maybe are born, who parents don't do abortion, but might, have a hard time raising their kid, and their kid might end up in the foster care system. And I think it's more pro-life than just abortion. But that's just my opinion. Other people got their opinions, but I don't. What's your thought on that? Because I could just go all day.
I guess my thing always is with people. It's like, why are you so up in a panties up in a bunch about really? He just performing a song first off, and this song don't have nothing about killing babies in the song because I know I've heard the song. So
yeah,
it is just a vote rather he's in the support of somebody, and what we have learned, like you said. I don't think people being Christian is really, really becoming very skewed because they're picking and choosing what they care for people to say that makes you like that person as a Christian. Like you said, when Lecrae was doing secular music, okay, one side of somebody liked it and then somebody else don't. Okay, Lecrae changes, he starts speaking on some other stuff. One side of the Christians like it and the other side don't. Well, damn. As Christians or people, at what point are we actually Christians? Are we just upset because something is always triggering to us? If it's always triggering to us, you might need to unpack that. Like someone like a specialist, not Lecrae. Lecrae can't solve your problems.
Yeah, I think too. It's just like putting people on pedestals, and just hoping they stay there when we're all people, man. We're all everybody's gonna do something that you're not gonna like. Yes. It's just gonna happen, man. and you got to just be able to. Okay, well, I mean, wait, Lecrae started making secular music. I was kind of like, I'm not. I was bumping with the. I'm listening to Lecrae to get away from that.
I got you.
But at the same time, I'm just not like, I'm not gonna listen to Cray no more. I'm just like, okay, when because some of the songs to me, honestly, wasn't bumping as good as the Christian songs. But when he had some that bumped, I'm like, okay, I can play those. But I'm not mad. I'm not hating on a man, or I'm not gonna just like, oh, you're just so no, man. It's just you're a dude, man. Like, do what you want to do. He's an artist. He's just not like a Christian artist. He's a like I like how him and Andy Mineo used to always say, like, when they started the branch off from the just doing Christian stuff. I mean, two, it's a way to reach too. When you're doing some secular music, people go check you out and they go back and see. Oh, like, oh, well, you did Christian music too. Oh, but they used to always say that they're not Christian rappers. They're rappers who are Christians.
Yeah, which because you
So
because you're pigeonholing yourself. Because
yeah.
I feel like I guess they at one point every word, let's say every word, Lecrae and Emilio lyrically was probably some form of praising God that was easier to consume.
Mm-hmm.
Once every artist go through the transition of growth where they start now, let me start putting out what I'm going through, what I'm seeing, what's impacting me, and let me intertwine this into my music.
Yeah.
And that probably what's happening with both of them, and so it becomes off-putting because it almost seems like, oh, I don't want to hear that because
Mm-hmm.
I want the old stuff where all you were doing it was just God, Jesus, God, God. It's some form of that praise. It's some form of praising, and now you guys are either talking about what you're struggling with either being Christian in the community or seeing other people and all this stuff and how they walk, and so it can. I mean, it's definitely a difficult task being an artist or anybody of any fame that does a craft that at one point comes out as this person, and then as the years go by, they start to transition into a different type of person. When people got to realize we all keep growing and we all keep changing as we get older, so.
Yeah. Like, I think of it too. It's like you have your Tim Tebow, you have Aaron Rodgers. Both of them are Christian. Like, Aaron Rodgers professes to be Christian, but Aaron Rodgers will challenge your mind on things where some people will get upset about it. Where Tim is just like Tim hit the. It's like watching a news channel. Like that, Tim hit the company lines, while Aaron might be like, I'm gonna go out here and do my own thing. It's. I mean, they're still both Christians. It's just they go about how they handle it. I mean, I'm sure there's actors and actresses who are Christians in Hollywood who be doing scenes where they be half naked with people. Are you going to frown upon that too? Or are you going to be mad at them for doing that? I don't know, man. I just cancel culture, man. It's on both sides. Everybody want to cancel somebody. It don't matter if you're a liberal. It don't matter if you're conservative. It don't matter if you black, white. It don't matter what. Somebody do something you don't like. You want to get up and you want to cancel them instead of just minding your freaking business. Like if things in your things that other people do are affecting you too much, you might need to think about it. It's a you problem. It really is, because I mean, stuff be happening. I'd be like, keep scrolling. Does this affect my day-to-day life? Nope. Keep scrolling.
A lot of it too be, let's just say musically. All right, let's say that most of these people are parents, right? So they feel like their kids are looking at these musicians as role models, which I've always had my stance like, don't force certain people to be role models because you like what they're doing. They're doing their best to be a decent person. So when they do fail in your eyes, now they're no longer a role model. Well, they didn't ask to be your child's role model or you personally as a role model. Right? LeBron James didn't ask to be everyone's role model. He just so happened to have to take that upon his shoulder because he is a kid from Akron, from a very impoverished area, and so like that. He made it out sports wise. He stayed. He's with his one girl he's been with since high school. They have kids. He's been the prototypical family man. He's been outspoken. He's been the leader. He's made school, something like that. So if he does fail at one point, as we all do as humans, Okay, now he's no longer a role model because
Yeah.
he failed. Because y'all put all your rocks in that basket as parents. You let your kids. It's like you're not. You can let your kids look at like if I wanted to be like LeBron, I want to be like him sportsly. Now he does have some
Mm-hmm.
outside sports stuff that he does that I would like to, but like I can't be 100% like LeBron. I can't be 100% like Tim Tebow. I can't 100% be like a Barack Obama. But there's certain things I could pull that they do really well that I can incorporate into my life, and
Exactly.
that's where people gotta look at that. You can't look at people like they can't be flawed because they are a celebrity or they are very wealthy. No, they're human, like Kendall said.
Yeah, because I used to. Well, everybody know I love Kobe, and when Kobe got into that rape allegation stuff, where he did the things he did, I was just like, I was crushed because I'm like, oh man, I had Kobe like all the way up here. I had his shoes. I had the man space shoes when he had the space shoes
Or the
jersey,
boom boom.
and it's just like I used to be on the court like Kobe, and it's like when he did that, I'm just like, man, uh, people are like, oh man, you can't like Kobe. Kobe did that. I'm like, well, okay, well, everybody, if I'm on the boat that everybody will have a low point one day, do I just cut the man off because he made a bad decision, or do I be like, okay, let's just see how he reacts to what happened,
Let's see what he
and
grow
then
from this.
yeah, grow from that and just do. Because I mean, I've made some really jacked up
Hey,
mistakes,
bro.
and I mean, so it's just like, mm, how do I want people to judge me too? Am I gonna just am I gonna be that person like, oh well, you just cut off, or am I gonna want the same grace that other people are need to be afforded to?
And that's really all it is, man. Because that's since we watch the celebrity fall, that's where we go like, oh, they did that because they're famous or rich or famous. No, someone
Yeah.
fall. Like you said, the next steps is the most important steps. Kendall and both of us talking about our past like that. We've had falls where the next step was the most important step for the growth of us. What was the rest of our outlook on our life was going to be. How that impacted any of our family members or any loved ones that we had with us.
Mm-hmm.
When you fall, okay, you get up and you dust yourself off. The same thing you tell your kids when they hurt themselves. Hey, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna heal. You're gonna heal. You might scrape your leg, scrape your arm, but you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
heal, and you're gonna live to fight another day. You gotta get up and
Yeah.
keep going. Falling and trying to keep going backwards. That's where you get in trouble. That's when you keep
Mm-hmm.
backsliding. That's when you get
Exactly.
in trouble,
Yeah.
man. And that's what people don't seem to perceive with certain people. Like if they have had no record of no history of this, or even if they did, we all are trying every day possibly to be the best human or Christian or any person possible. But with that comes obstacles. It ain't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
If that was meant to be easy, man, we all be angels right
Right.
now.
I'm just saying.
we all be
If it meant to
angels
be
right
easy,
now.
it would not be a struggle,
Yeah,
bruh.
it would be angels right now.
So,
I think let's see. I think we pretty much covered everything we had on the docket, which we got a good little podcast. Kendall, any closing remarks before we get out of here?
oh man, closing remarks. Damn, I was expecting this. Oh, closing remarks. Here we go. Here we go. People, good people on the in the podcast verse and wherever you listen, wherever you watch. Let's just be better people. I think this is going. I'm gonna say this all the time. We just need to be better people. Like, especially all my people of faith. We need to start being afraid, and we need to start walking in that faith that we proclaim that we have. Just need to activate it, man. Just be better people. Be better people to our neighbors. Be better wives. Be better husbands. Be better fathers. Be better children. Every episode, if Destin asks me closing remarks, this is what I'm gonna say. So just be ready to hear it because I want it to be programmed into your brain. Because after you listen, I want you to think about what you're doing when you're out, and just ask yourself, "Am I being a better person than I was yesterday?"
Awesome. I like it. With that being said, guys, email us at smoothwavepodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up at Wave Studio 91 on Instagram, Wave Studio 91 on Twitter. Facebook is Smooth Wave Podcast. Hit us up there. listen to the podcast wherever you get podcasts at. That could be Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You got Stitcher, you got iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, man. We're posted everywhere. Leave us likes,
Every
rate us
day.
on Apple. Rate us, give us 5 stars, or if you don't, leave us a comment why we're not 5 stars. But let us know how you guys think about the podcast, what direction we're going. With our video aspect to it, and we're looking pretty good on these videos, stuff like that. Let us know how that's going. But with that being said, guys, as always, we thank you guys for listening. We thank you guys for tuning in, watching it. With that being said, I am Destin Parker, your host, and that's my co-host, Kendall Allen, guys. This is the Podcast, guys. We out.
S E